Hello and welcome to this review of Blanton's, the original single barrel bourbon whiskey. Oh, well, thank you, Sonia, for giving me this bottle. She wasn't able to drink it for various reasons, so she gave me the S, Blanton's. Okay. And it says, this one is from July 22nd, 2014. That's when it was dumped. So we have a 5-year-old version. It's from Warehouse H, Rick number 40, 93 proof. It's bottled and labeled by hand. I have been into that warehouse, or I should say the bottling facility, and I even have a video on YouTube showing them putting the labels. Blanton Distilling Company, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. All right, 93 proof. That's a nice proof. Real cork. Rich. Okay, this will run you about $55 to $60 a bottle. I think in most cases. Some people say it's much higher where they live. They say it's the first single malt, the first single barrel bourbon whiskey on the market 35 years ago, 1984. From Kentucky. It won a double gold medal at the 2009, 2013, 2018 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Won gold 07, 10, 12, and 2016 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Won silver at the 2006, 8, 11, 17, and current year 2019 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. I didn't write down the bronze, and or they may not have had it. And that's just one, the big one, San Francisco World Spirits Competition. But the medals, I mean, I'd just be reading medals. You can get on their website. It's amazing. Get on their website. GreatBourbon.com, I think it shows the medals. I don't know if the Blanton's website shows it. And then you can also look this up on Buffalo Trace. So you got 3 websites that are listed. Buffalo Trace, their website, the distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky. The GreatBourbons.com, which I think covers Buffalo Trace and Barton 1792 Distillery, and the Barton website itself. All right, and the headquarters for the company, Sazerac, the Sazerac Company, is in Louisiana. And it's family owned by a husband and wife. And they're the only owners. Okay. Now this company is big. I mean, one of the biggest in the world. And they make all kind of stuff. Single malt Scotch whiskey. I also said that earlier. Single malt meant to say single barrel. The single barrel here. They make Eagle Rare. The Pappy Van Winkle, they handle that. And rum, and gin, and Canadian blended whiskey, and American blended whiskey. And everything. Oh, it's amazing. Here's a inexpensive one that they make. Ancient Age Preferred Blended Whiskey. So you can pay $55 or $60 for that, or you can pay $8.99 for this. Same company. Same distillery. Frankfort, Kentucky. But actually, this one's only 20% straight Kentucky whiskey. So, getting a little different experience. Still, has that Buffalo Trace yeast strain characteristic. But we'll get away from that for now. Let's check this out. No age statement. Now I watch videos, and can you imagine the amount of video reviews for this straight bourbon whiskey, single barrel? But they're all saying 6 to 8 years. 6 to 8 years. This I do not know. I haven't seen anything official. Just I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend that it's 6 to 8 years, but nothing definitive. So I don't want to. I'll just say no age statement. Okay. Copper. Nice amber, copper. Nice alcohol legs. Now you see that bottle is almost 100% full. Sonia drank a little bit. Thank you so much, Sonia, for this bottle. And then she said, oh, I didn't feel right for 2 days, but any liquor, she said, I'm giving it up. She said, but you could have it because it's going to waste. Well, she didn't have to ask twice. I said, I'll take that. And the Woodford Reserve. And the Sazerac Rye. Thank you 3 times. And then David was over and he said, let me try some. So he had a little. He couldn't resist. And when you smell it, you can understand why. Rich, heavy wood, charred oak barrel. Rich. Full body. And the nose, you can pick up the body. What about caramel and dried flowers and sourdough bagel? Yes. What about a lot of corn, yellow corn grits? Well, of course, it is a straight bourbon whiskey, and that would be at least 51% corn and a good deal more rye, spice. I would say so, and I think a little wheat. Rye. The appearance and the aroma seem to justify the $55. Okay. A lot of corn and sourdough bread bagel. Charred oak. They're saying 6 to 8 years. Seems like about 7. Seems that way. Can't say, but seems it's been softened by age. That's natural color. You can't add coloring to straight bourbon whiskey. It's against the law. It's against the law. You say, what about blended bourbon? That's a different law. That's a different regulation. Boy, a lot of charred oak. White oak. Little strong. 93 proof. It's a little strong. Most of their bourbons be 80 proof. 80. Are there some carryovers to the ancient age, which is 80 proof? I'm talking about the regular 3-year age, ancient age. The other one is 6, and it's 90. Yes, and a Buffalo Trace. You know, that one will run you about $22. I think there's a house characteristic here with the Buffalo Trace, Barton, Sazerac, and Glenmore, so on family. There are others too. The one in Virginia. And I think the carryover is the yeast strain. I don't know. There's some commonality with them all. But I only had a little bit of the Pappy Van Winkle. That was that real expensive one. So I can't comment on that. But I've had Blantons now. This is about the 4th time. Had the Buffalo Trace only once. Ancient age. Many times. Many times. The Barton, very old Barton, many times. But yes, there is a commonality throughout. But it's like climbing a quality ladder. You go lower, the lower rungs, the commonality is there, but it's just lower quality. Makes sense. Lower price. So it does seem their prices seems concomitant with their quality level. Even though, although I will say, their lower priced products, their bargain basement products, are very good relative to what you get from other companies for a bargain basement price. Heavy, deep char, rich, flavorful, medium bodied, and a lingering charcoal finish. Some dried flowers, some candied fruit, cake fruit, which I have discussed in the past. But the overall, I think the overall experience is the corn liquor. You say, corn liquor, what are you talking about? A bourbon is a corn liquor with certain legal guidelines. Must be made in America. Has to be aged, has to be at least 51% corn, could be 100. Would be allowed. Must be aged for a straight bourbon at least 2 years. And never before use charred oak barrels. There's your 4 regulations. For straight bourbon, there are other types of bourbon. It's fabulous. Let's see. On Distiller.com, they're giving it 89. Now on Proof 66, the last 2 years, 2019 and 2018. Okay, 2019 now, at the time of the recording. 2018. Their average score is coming up to 4.9 out of 5. You know what I'm saying? 97 out of 100. Rounding off. Yeah, that's what it rounds off to. That's what it is. 97 out of 100. 4.85 out of 5, sorry. Still mighty high. Yeah, I don't want to get too enthusiastic talking about, going on and on, getting too over the top with it. Yeah, it's a great, it is, it's a great, we say that too much. It's a really wonderful bourbon. It's worth the $55. It would be worth $60. Some people told me they paid $100. I wouldn't go that far. It's not there for that. But around here, it's fairly common. I see it coming into stores. People run up and buy it. And then, you know, we talking about 4, 5, 6 bottles come in. And then it's gone. Then a few months later. Whatever. So, not too difficult to find in Louisiana. Extremely difficult to find in other states. I know there's a lot of reshop going on. And that brings the price up to $100 and whatnot. So, a winner for Blanton's single barrel on the market, 35 years from Kentucky. And I'm going to say laissez les bon temps relais. And y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.